You're watching the Battered Fans Network.
The Herons are champs. Yeah. Roll south to Freedom Park, rocking pink and black. Official tissue in the 305, bounty full of grapes. The Battered Fan with Chris and Dan dropping hot takes. Messi and the Herons start the season with a star on the crest, so 29 fan bases can cry, cause we the best. Sign homegrowns like Noah, Frey and Ruiz, replacing goats with greats. Yeah, Miles got the cheese and he called it. Freedom to dream was the backbone. From Lockhart to Miami, it feels good to be at home. Multiple times a week on YouTube and audio. Take the time to subscribe, like and share the show, so check and chat. Grab your MLS cup and coming, no question about it, I'm ready to get a star again.
No question about it. I am ready to get hurt again.
Chris, the Herons are back. Welcome everybody to episode number 504 of the Battered Herons podcast. I am your host, Dave Goodon, alongside me, as well, Mr. KBD. How are you doing, sir?
I mean, this couldn't have been any more deflating, right? I mean, 0-0.
I figured it would be a draw. 0-0, not expecting 0-0, I guess. But I figured a draw. Why is Danny wearing yellow? My Bam Adebayo shirt. For those of you that don't follow basketball, Bam Adebayo scored 83 points yesterday. So I've been repping Bam all day. 83 points. The most points ever scored in an NBA game, because the Will Chamberlain thing never actually happened. So that's why I'm wearing my Bam Adebayo, even though it's technically yellow shirt, yes.
I mean, it's probably the most free throws ever scored in a game too, right?
Yes, it was the most free throws scored in the game.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, with that amount of points.
Yeah. But only 16 of those came in the fourth quarter. So that means he was balling all throughout the game. And Kobe, when he scored his 81, had 13. But if you want to hear how I talk about all the haters like Chris, check out Battered Heat Fans, because we addressed all the haters on our Battered Heat Fans episode, because a lot of haters out there. But we're here to talk about the pitch, and we're here to talk. Well, I don't know about that one. Portal Chaser. I don't know about that one. I'm not even gonna put that one up. But we're here to talk about Inter Miami, Nashville, first leg, CCC, 0-0 draw, and general thoughts before we get into the game, which and I'll talk about the game also. But before we get into the game, somebody said it in the chat, and I put it up already. Lucky that we got out with a 0-0 draw, because it makes it very simple next week. There's no math that needs to be done. You win, you advance. If you draw by scoring any points, whether it be 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, whatever it is, you're eliminated. So you either stay 0-0 again and go to extra time, or you win. That's it. Those are your only options next week. You have to win, basically. As soon as somebody scores a goal, Miami has to win. Unless it ends up in a 0-0 draw, Miami has to win next week. So it's very simple. There's no math needed, nothing. Because of that stupid away goal, that's as simple as it gets. Win and move on.
I mean, look, I think it makes the math easier in that sense. But an away goal would have been nice to have in the pocket.
And that's why I told you and Tyler, our guest on Monday, that I thought it might end up being a draw, but the most important thing was scoring. If it's a 1-1 draw, 2-2 draw, doesn't matter. Just get that away goal so that you have that in your back pocket. You didn't get that away goal. Luckily, you didn't allow them to score either. So again, the math is very easy. Win and move on. And you're playing at home. Kind of.
I honestly, kind of. I mean, listen, if there's any team, and I was going to post this, if there's any team that has the right to call us Inter Fort Lauderdale, it's Nashville, only because they're the only game this year that's possibly going to be taking place at this very moment.
It's taking place.
Yeah, in Fort Lauderdale. So they're the only team that have that right.
All right. So full disclosure, I love coming on here and breaking down the games. I love giving my opinions, especially when people don't agree with my opinions. That's my favorite part of doing this. But I had a class. That's right. I still take classes from 5 to 9. So I was in my class, and unfortunately, my professor decided to make us very active and keep asking questions, which was frustrating me. So I was watching this on my phone while half paying attention to the game. So I don't have too many detailed breakdowns of what I saw because I was half watching it, unfortunately, up until like the 80th minute. So I'm going to have to lean on you, Chris, and the chat because I unfortunately was not able to fully focus like I usually do. But because we like to do the post game right after the game, I wasn't going to go ahead and tell Chris, like, give me a second to watch the game and then we'll come on in 2 hours. So we're jumping on here and we're going to go ahead and do it.
I mean, Stancy's calling you out. School. Ew. As soon as I graduated, I said never again.
Yeah, I know. Believe me. I wish, Danny, you never watch a game. I watch every game. What are you talking about? Now, I will tell you that from minute like 80 to 90, then my focus switches to like the thumbnail and all that other crap that I have to do for the show. But for the first 80 minutes, I'm locked in. And then the last 10 minutes, yes. Then I start fixing up the show and all that.
Well, I think it was, I mean, let me tell you, it was a light showing. And it's probably because of the rain.
Weekday. And it's a weekday.
And it's a weekday. Even though all of Nashville was all over Twitter begging for everyone to show up in yellow and not give tickets to Inter Miami or Messi fans or anyone that's not from Nashville. So that is the environment, I guess. Little by little, the stadium started filling in. But for the most part, it was kind of more emptier than I anticipated. So,
like I said, I was watching like out the corner of my eye. Whenever I get a chance, I would watch. I would lock in. And I will tell you that at first I wasn't even able to start watching the game. I asked Chris, like, Chris, where the hell can I watch this game?
Yeah,
like, I think YouTube. It took me forever to find it. I started watching like in the 10th minute. I got it on my phone. I need to do like a free trial with Fubo. And then I did this graphic real quick because I thought this was starting lineup. As it turns out, Falcone started. I don't know what happened in the first 10 minutes.
He did.
So what happened? Why was he not on the pitch? Because I just went based off of who I was seeing on the pitch.
So I didn't watch the first 10 minutes, right? Because of the simple fact that I thought it was on YouTube. I go on YouTube. They say that my country is blocked from using it on YouTube. Yep. I end up going on Fox Sports. They don't even give you 45 minutes anymore. You only get 5 minutes. So I couldn't keep just refreshing and deleting the history. Then I ended up signing up for Fox Sports, but then I couldn't watch it on Fox Sports because I don't have a TV package. Then I ended up going to Fubo and signing up for free, even though I have to pay for a month after 7 days.
Did you see how much it costs? It's like $50.
It's a disaster. This whole thing
that ridiculous. Yeah. If you want Champions Cup to be popular, like do what Apple did and get rid of these crazy paywalls, because the fact that they're trying to make me pay $50 to watch Champions Cup games is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. No, I am literally going to break the law next game. No doubt about it. But aside from that, like, and we need to talk tomorrow on La Ventanita about all of this cable cutting versus downloading apps and stuff. Like, I can't deal with any of this anymore. But regardless, I ended up getting on. I did see a replay of what happened with Falcone. Someone just mentioned here that Falcone ACL. Now, when I saw the play happen, if you watch, and you could probably find it like on Twitter, he's backing up to like box out a player that's trying to get vertical with him, and they jump higher. He's like in this box out position, and it looks like he gets his head hit, but then he comes down on his knee, turns over, and he's grabbing at his knee. They bring out like a stretcher to take him out, but he walks out on his own. But they take him out anyway and bring on Lujan.
I mean, you could walk technically on a torn ACL, but it's probably not the ACL.
Well, I mean, it looks like he got his head hit, but I don't know about the knee. I don't know about an ACL either. I'm just saying someone said it in the chat. I don't think it is. This could be it. 89J Stubb says probably Nika Tujni banged his knee on the ground. That's what it looked like. I don't think anything happened with his knee. So, yes, his hair is basically a helmet, Rico De La Vega. I don't know how he didn't get protected. I imagine that there's the whole the concussion thing. They brought him out, brought in Lujan, didn't want to risk it or whatever. And that's what happened. First 10 minutes. Just bring in Lujan.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you some of the stuff that I noticed when I did get to watch the game. and you guys in the chat or Chris, tell me if you think I'm wrong. From what I was seeing, well, first of all, Nashville like they were the most dangerous side in the entire game. Well,
do you want to go through the starting lineup real quick?
Go for it.
So the starting lineup was Dane St. Clair and goalie. The back four is Noah Allen. You have Mikhail. You had Falcone, who got subbed out 8th minute for Lujan. That right back, you had Facundo Mura. In the middle, you had sort of like Bright was in front of the defensive line, and then above him was RDP and Segovia, but then Segovia would stretch out left sometimes, and then you have Segovia there listed at left. You have Tadeo Allende on the right, and then Messi in the middle with Beterame on top.
When I first saw the lineup, right, because I saw it on Twitter before the game started, my first thought is, why on earth would you take out Silvetti?
Yeah.
When we had this conversation on Monday, we said it's either Allende starts or Segovia starts, right? That was my thought process. At no point did I think that Silvetti was an option to take off. I feel like Silvetti is lethal down that left side. And again, what we saw today, which I think I saw a lot of, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong. Again, I'm going to be saying that a lot during this episode, but, just putting it out there. Correct me if I'm wrong. It looked like, much like, was it the Orlando game, where we said they were giving Noah Allen way too much responsibility in the attack on that left side. And I felt like whenever I saw somebody attacking up that left side, it was Noah Allen. And I feel like they got to stop doing that with Noah Allen, because Noah Allen is not that guy. Now, Mura was giving some nice crosses I saw. Noah Allen, I don't think is built to help in the attack on the left side. I think if you wanted to build up the left side, you have Silvetti in there. Yeah, you take out Allende. Why did they have Allende in there? Because Allende was the game plan today. I saw so many long balls into the final third trying to catch Allende vertically. And it was 2025 Allende all over again. And yes, that was the game plan. That was the game plan, and I hate that that's the game plan, because Allende isn't that guy. He's not that guy. Go ahead.
No, I mean, look, Mark is saying this team has no chemistry. Listen, guys, you guys claim we don't know ball. But last episode, I literally told you guys, Mascherano is going to flip the script, and he's going to start Allende because he's going to want to unveil the Allende, the fanny pack, because he wants to stretch the field.
But I thought that he would do that while stretching it down the left and right side with Silvetti on the left. At no point did I think that Segovia was going to stay on there. Now, I put this 4-2-3-1 because I thought that maybe this is what it was. But to me, I saw Berterame down on the left side a lot. I saw Messi down the middle. I felt like I wasn't sure what the hell I was watching. And again, I couldn't focus. So I had a hard time really focusing in. So when I tried, it felt like everybody was all over the place. I wasn't able to really focus. At one point, I texted you. I was like, could you tell me what the hell's going on so I can make a graphic? Because I felt like everybody was all over the place. Again, Allende, that was the game plan. Go vertical, find Allende streaking, and Allende will figure it out. But Allende cannot figure it out. He's back to his fanny pack days. Segovia isn't doing anything down that left side. Noah Allen was streaking up the left. Berterame, we had one chance all game. Messi got blocked, and Berterame on the rebound completely whiffed. Even though I think the Nashville defender got a leg on it, but still, just overall, just not a dangerous team. And I can keep ranting unless you jump in, Chris. I'm going to keep going because we have now played 8 halves in this season, and in 8 halves we've looked good. 2 of them, 8 halves. The second half of the Orlando game, the first half of the DC game. That's it. 8 halves. We've looked good in 2 of them. That's it.
By the way, I just want to mention, because Mikhail, people are saying that Mikhail is panning out. Listen, Mikhail almost fucking blew it.
No, but he's playing well.
No, he is. He played well,
fine, but he's playing.
He almost fucking blew it. Dane St. Clair.
Dane St. Clair got to use his voice. He has to talk.
Dane St. Clair's there like fucking with his hands out like a fucking like an octopus, and Yannick Bright's like spreading his arms so that way he can come get the ball in the second half. And what is this guy doing? He's like in constant goalie stance. Is that how Dane St. Clair just walks around living life, like with his arms out? like this.
I saw a couple times Dane Sinclair saved us though, so I wouldn't talk too much about him.
Yes, he did.
Spicy
He did.
Danny incoming. If I would have watched the game a lot closer, you might have gotten.
Oh,
Spicy
this would have
Danny.
been a fucking disaster.
I would have if I would have had a chance to really focus in on the game. I'm just going based off of more or less what I saw. And looking at the stats, 0 corner kicks. We weren't in their final third. We were not dangerous at all. 0 corner kicks.
And that's considering that we supposedly had the most dangerous people on the pitch today with Allende.
But when you're playing
dangered it up.
You're playing vertical with Allende, like that was the game plan, in my opinion. It looked like it didn't look like it was a slow build at all.
Well, Beterame almost got a red card, but they gave him a yellow later in the half.
Studs up
in the second half.
Studs up.
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah.
Halftime, literally by the time halftime hit, it was just a lot of nothing burger. I'm not slandering St. Clair. I think he had a fantastic. This game was his best game by far. I'll clearly say that. I think I'm comfortable enough to say this was Dane St. Clair's best game in an Miami kit.
Spicy Danny King. I don't have enough detail. I didn't watch the game close enough to get too spicy because I like to have something to talk about. But I can't talk about the fact that in the whole all season we've had 2 good halves, which is sad. But we'll see. Look, last year after the first leg of the round 16 against LAFC, what happened? We lost 1-0 that game. We came back home, we won. Okay, I don't doubt that this is going to happen again. But I will tell you, Nashville was a lot more dangerous than Miami was. Sam Surridge, if he wasn't such a scrub, he could have scored once or twice.
Listen,
Honey Mustard went wide once.
Listen, that play where I told you that Mikhail blew it.
Mm-hmm.
If Honey Mustard would have taken it first touch, there was no one in front of him. Between him and St. Clair, he completely blew it wide. Nashville
they
guys,
a couple times.
This is another thing, Danny. Like, yes, we left the game 0-0 comfortably, and it's like, okay, well, if we win here, right? But Danny, this game, Nashville was stronger offensively.
Absolutely.
And
look,
that's
we're
a
lucky that
scary
Sam
image.
Surridge isn't very good. Sam Surridge scores because he gets so many opportunities, but he whiffed a lot. Honey Mukhtar had a great opportunity, went wide left. That guy Madrigal, he really fluffed it like a fluff ball. Like he went like Madrigal had two chances. Like it was not. I'm sure if Nashville, I mean, actually, you know what Nashville's probably doing? They're probably complaining about the refs or something. Like I don't know how the refs messed it up, but they're probably complaining about the refs. But if they weren't complaining about the refs, they'd be complaining about all the blown opportunities. And you know what happens when you blow a lot of opportunities against a good team? You pay for it. And I have a feeling that Miami's going to make them pay next week.
Well, Mitch is bringing up a good point. Says if Falcone doesn't get hurt, we would have gone to 3 in the back in the second half, bringing in Silvetti for Allen.
Possibly.
Yeah, I mean, but like, I don't know. I feel like Lujan can cover a good amount of ground in order to be able to facilitate that idea.
No, you know what's going to happen next week? I feel pretty... No, you know what? Because you can't have two left center backs.
Just say it.
No, you can't have two left center. Because I was going to say Mikael and Noah Allen will be the center back tandem.
And then you're going to play... Then you're gonna play Regilon in the most important game as
It'll be his second game. He'll play against Charlotte, and then he'll play against Nashville at the home. Remember, you got a game in 3 days.
Danny, you're not okay. You're assuming.
You'd rather have Lujan?
No, what I'm telling you is, so you don't think Falcone will make it? I think he'll make it. I think he'll play.
If it's a knee injury, no, I'm not betting on him being ready in 7 days.
That's bad.
I didn't see the injury. I thought
That's
it was
bad. If we were scared of how our defense was going to be for this game, for the players that we have, and then we're going to be missing Falcone, who, I mean, quite honestly, is probably the most consistent defender aside from just Mikael, whatever.
No, the Falcone Mikael pairing was amazing. I loved it. I thought that's one of the bright spots. But if it's I haven't even seen the replay yet. But if it's a knee injury, I'm pretty confident in saying he won't be ready in 7 days.
And Mitch is saying, no way I'm trusting Lujan with 3 in the back. What I'm telling you is that we're cooked on defense regardless.
Oh my God.
Okay? That's what I'm saying. And people are hating on Noah Allen. Guys, again, he is the backup of the backup.
Why do you keep saying that? He's the backup. That's it. There is no backup of the backup. He's the backup.
He's the backup plan of the backup plan of Jordi Alba.
Jordi Alba is
That's
no
the
longer
way I
here.
picture it.
No. All right. So atmosphere, Nashville showed up like they usually do. Not a lot of pink. I still think that it's weird that they have that NSC chant because when I was there at the Stadium for the League Cup final, it sounds like Messi when they do that chant. And on the last 80, I watched the last 10 minutes. And they were doing the chant during the last 10 minutes. It still sounds like Messi to me. I was surprised that they only gave 3 minutes of stoppage time in the second half. That was really weird. I thought they would give more, but whatever.
This guy, Regilon, is just getting money for chilling on the bench. Danny, I guess we're not going to go through this half and half. We're just going to run through this.
Like, if you could think, again, I didn't watch it close enough.
No, we're running through like a bull in a china shop.
Can you think of any, it doesn't matter first half or second half, any play that stood out to you? St. Clair has some great saves.
Yes, St. Clair was phenomenal in goal.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't for the way that he played, we would have lost this easily. There was like 2 or 3 headers off of corners that I thought were going in for sure. And hold that comment real quick, Danny, because I want to bring up something else. Q and Dolcru says Kremasky side grade though. Kremasky just started and played for Parma. Shout out to Don Cavecito with the little highlight video.
Yeah, but it was at right wing back.
It was at right back.
Right wing back.
Well, right back, right wing back. He played a lot of more defense.
That's not his position. That guy, they're screwing him over there.
Yeah,
putting him out there.
Mick says, why Ayala not starting? Listen, from your
he lost his job to Bright.
Well, there's that. Yes.
Yeah, I mean that's basically it. Bright has done a good job. So that's it. Ayala, who are you gonna take out? You're not gonna take out Bright at the moment. Bright's playing well. You're definitely not gonna take out Rodrigo De Paul. Apparently, you're definitely not taking off Segovia because they took out Silvetti before they took out Segovia. That midfield set. You're not taking anybody out. Ayala's gonna have to come in as a sub at some point.
And look, Kiluman is saying midfield sucks. So our defense sucks. Our midfield sucks. Our attack is not gelling together well. So we're done, right? How do you feel about the sub with Segovia and Silvetti? Let's talk about that. Because they took out Segovia.
There was no attack down the left side. Mura was attacking down the right. Messi was down the right. Rodrigo De Paul was down the right. All of our buildup was up the right side. The left side, the only time I saw the ball coming up the left side, it was Noah Allen. And Noah Allen, I mean, do you remember him? Did you see, and anybody in the chat, see Noah Allen give you any effective passes, any crosses, or to create for anybody else, create space for anybody else when he was on that left side? I didn't. Again, I didn't watch the game closely. Maybe I missed something. But the few times that I saw him go up with the ball on the left side, I was like, wow, they're pushing up really high with their fullbacks. Silvetti would have been great here.
Look, we're getting an update from the stadium. Tyler with Big TV NSC. Shout out to Tyler.
Well, Tyler, shout out to you. We were just talking about the fact that Nashville, I don't know about you because I know, Tyler, you said that you're not very biased, but
we're done.
A lot of other Nashville channels are either talking about how, I don't know, Berterame should have gotten a red or the refs sucked, whatever. But what they should be talking about is how many blown chances they had.
Yes,
because
he blew it. Mukhtar sucks. He blew it.
Mukhtar blew it. Madrigal had a chance. He blew it. Nashville was the better side overall today, and they completely blew their chances. But after blowing their chances, I think Nashville should be worried because now you come in to Miami, and it's simple for Miami. Nobody scored today. Miami just needs to win. That's all it comes down to. So I think Nashville really screwed up in blowing so many chances.
Let me tell you, if I was in, yeah, listen, if I'm a Nashville fan, I'd be optimistic because of the fact that Nashville was attacking willingly, right?
But look, look, and I'm sorry to cut you off, Chris,
but they weren't converting though.
And not just that, is we kind of are. we have two solid center backs. We lost one of them. You put in Lujan, which everybody hates.
Who's a disaster.
He played okay today. But for the most part, now you're
generally.
kind of piecing things together because we had an original game plan with our two center backs. Obviously, part of the game plan was to push very high with the fullbacks and kind of rely on our center backs and Yannick Bright to hold it down. All of a sudden, Falcone isn't there. I think that Nashville really screwed up by not taking advantage. Lujan, I don't know about Lujan being good, but I don't think he had a bad game today.
Good.
And next week, we're going to be able to plan for that. And I think things are going to look a little different next week. Like I said, I always thought that it would end up in a draw. I thought that somebody would score, though. Like, I didn't think it was going to be a 0-0 draw. But I think that was the best case scenario for Miami in a draw, obviously.
But Danny, I mean, like I said, though, there's this thing happening. It's like conflicting. Where, like I said, if you're a Nashville fan, you're optimistic because of the amount of attacking that you guys created. But I would be furious. You can't convert against Inter Miami, and they just lost one of their better defenders.
Yeah. And shout out to Tyler again. Second leg isn't going to be the same. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be the same either. I think today you had to have taken advantage. 33% chance of going through. And that's what I was telling everybody. Now Nashville, if they draw, obviously not a 0-0 draw, but if they draw 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, 4, whatever it is, if there's a draw with goals, Nashville moves on. So Miami needs to either keep it at 0-0 or they need to win. That's it. It's very cut and dry, very simple. Miami needs to win. But again, I think Nashville screwed up, and I feel a lot more confident. I didn't feel great going into this game. Going into next game, I feel a lot better because it's at home. And I think now we saw what doesn't work for us. Putting Allende as the vertical threat doesn't work for us. You got to keep Silvetti there for the left side. Like, you can't rely on Noah Allen being the contributing factor. Before the game, Tyler told us, hey, our weakness. What was the weakness? Nahar. Go ahead and dominate that left side. And what did we do? We put him in the 70th minute. We didn't even start the game.
Well, and not only that, but then you also have the fact that Facundo Mura started. And you didn't see a really good insurgence of offense until Ian Frey came on, because in my opinion,
I thought Mura had some great crosses.
I think he had a couple good crosses, but you know that Ian Frey is better than him offensively, and he was able to work a lot better with his teammates and move the ball up. And he lost the ball a couple times too. He blew a couple moments on defense. Mura was not solid, Jack Hart.
And Brian saying Silvetti came in the 7th minute, but he still wasn't good either. You know what? I saw.
Oh, he has a terrible touch.
No, I saw. I saw more out of him in the 15 minutes that I watched him. There was one where he got the ball on the left side, and then he started dribbling into the center of the pitch. All of a sudden, everybody starts making runs. He creates by giving other people a chance to open up and make runs. Like, you don't get that with Noah Allen on the left side.
Like this,
Segovia is never out there. But as soon as Silvetti got on the ball, man, maybe he didn't do anything out of this world. But as soon as he got on the ball, he did things with the ball. Right? As soon as he starts dribbling to the center of the pitch, all of a sudden, Berterame has a little bit of space to run into. You have Noah Allen making an overlapping run. Like, things change when Silvetti's on the ball. When he wasn't on there, it was just Noah Allen on that left side, and there was nothing happening. I think Silvetti is a must start next week. Yeah.
Well, put the poll up, Frey or Mura.
Why?
But while you do that, I do want to talk about Silvetti. The moment that he attacks, you could tell that the defense starts pooping their pants big time. Because the moment that he was able to get an attack going and he started going straight at the defender, that's when everybody on Nashville had to completely lock in. He is the wild card that we were sort of hoping would be able to pan out well. And Big T, look, Tyler's saying, I will say we really frustrated Messi today, which is true. They were all over him. He could have done more. Proved that in the last 10 minutes. I mean, in the last 10 minutes, you have a lot of tired people. But yes, they ended up defending him very well.
And shout out to Tyler. I look forward to Tyler said he's gonna come on with us on Monday to preview the second leg. So I look forward to
Nice.
that conversation. Because it's gonna be interesting. But again, I feel much better about second game now that the first game's out of the way and it ended up in a 0-0 draw. I definitely feel better.
Did everybody play bad? The gentleman Wake is saying that.
I thought Mikael
I
played
don't think-
well.
I think we'll do that when we give the awards. But I don't think everybody played bad.
Yeah. Look, it's gonna be hard for me to do this today. Like I told you, I was like half eyeing the game while I was in class.
Yeah.
But I'll keep trying.
I don't know, Danny. I didn't like Mura starting. I didn't like Allende starting. I felt like Silvetti had a good thing going and was consistently getting some really good opportunities, especially with the amount of minutes that he's getting. Silvetti to me is going to be the key in this series, I think, because that's what's going to push Nashville back on their heels.
No, and look, and we've said it a couple times already. Allende, we didn't believe in him coming into this season. We thought, yes, he had a great 6-game run, and you cannot take that away from him. But we saw him do poorly for over 40 matches. Like 6 games weren't going to make that much of a difference, at least to what we were expecting. And he kind of showed it again today. Like he's not that guy.
Beterame, yes or no? Just very.
So what do you want me to do? You want me to do Berterame or you want me to do Frey Mura?
No. Do the Frey Mura, but I'm asking you, Beterame, yes or no? Or is it not that simple to answer?
Well, it's still early, but the thing is, I understand what the frustration is, because remember when I came on here and I put the chat the poll up for Frey Mura. Remember when I came on here and I said, I think getting Berterame is a mistake. You shouldn't waste your DP. And then everybody said it's for the CCC. They need to make sure that they're going all in on the CCC. I said, okay, that's fair. That's fair. But what if it doesn't pan out? Then you're stuck with this guy because you couldn't hold off. Like, oh no, I need the CCC. It's so important. I need to go all in. Okay, but if it doesn't work out, what? You're stuck with this DP for a year or two. Instead of just being patient and waiting for the summer. So that was my gripe. And now here we are, 4 games in. I still think it's early, by the way. But he hasn't looked necessarily great. His work rate is great. But nobody's gonna be paying DP money for work rate. Like I can get any track star off the street and then give me great work rate. Go ahead and press this guy, and they could press all day. That's not what I'm paying him for. I need him to finish. I need him to create for the others. And again, I'm trying to be patient about it, but it is true. I understand that we got him for the CCC, and this was his chance on that rebound. He needed to put that in the back of the net.
Well, and I want to mention, because Mark is here saying, I don't think they're using Bete right. Do you agree? Putting him on the left is just a complete mess. Like having him wide, I think is a brutal idea.
From what I remember, when I found out the news, I remember I came on here at 1 a.m. with Eddie from Monterrey, from Rayos, and we had the podcast with him, right? Because we wanted to find out, we got a DP striker, we got to talk about it immediately. So at 1 a.m. we came on here, and I asked him, "What's his profile? Like, what is he?" And he goes, "He's a poacher. He needs service. Banger. He's fast. He'll press. He'll win the balls when he's counter pressing, but he's a poacher. He's not going to create for others. He's not going to give you a bunch of assists.
That's what's the difference, though.
He'll finish. Right.
But that's the difference between Suarez and Beterame. Beterame is a poacher. He's a slammer, where you have Suarez, who creates more creative with the ball, but is not that good defensively. Like Beterame is. At least Beterame is hustling on defense.
When teams are frustrating Messi and they're kind of playing that compact defense, they're not letting Messi breathe, they're not giving him any space to kind of work into or for anybody to run into. That's when Suarez was helpful. Yeah. Suarez would make those key runs to kind of open up some space for the other players. He would make those key passes, right? Those little flicks that would end up in headers. Yeah,
today he could have been utilized pretty decently.
Berterame isn't that guy. And that's why we kept, even though he didn't have a great season last year, Suarez would be the first ones to tell you, but we also were probably the show that was defending him the most. And that's me that I don't like the guy. But I was defending him because I was like, he's contributing in other ways. But that I'm at the moment, outside of being a ball of energy and counter pressing and winning some balls, he's not really doing anything else other than that.
Mike V saying Beteram is a waste of DP because he doesn't fit how we play. No pure 9 has had success here. And I think Germs is onto something. Let's start Beteram and Suarez up top on Saturday. You know what? I don't mind doing it on Saturday, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think that we've clearly seen that the method is one striker up top. I don't feel like Mascherano is going to start tinkering, especially with the CCC on the line, which is the one thing that the organization has emphasized importance on. So I think that that's not going to happen. And Nick is saying there's going to be rotation on Saturday. Let me tell you, I don't think there's going to be much rotation.
I would love there to be, but no, I feel like I thought that there would have been rotation with the DC game. You got this big Nashville game coming up. Let's rest some of our guys. No, everybody run out there 90 minutes.
Yep.
So I don't know. I'm not sure if there'll be anybody rotating because they just play these guys to the ground, which I think is a mistake. Honestly,
it is a mistake. How's that poll
and
working?
Then I'm ready for the comment to come on after the fact, like ha ha ha. You think you know better than Messi about his own body? Ha ha ha. You think you're anybody to be telling Messi when or when not to play? Relax. I get it. I don't agree. That's all.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, we could
stop the chat. I mean the poll, and the poll is Ian Frey 58%.
Ooh. Okay. They also want you to do a poll about doing polls. So I don't know if you want to do a poll about doing polls. But they like the polls. Well, some people don't. So DePaul apparently hates everybody. I mean, you saw that, right? He's getting very Higuain-ish.
Yes. And you know what? And even though I feel like he's played better this year, he's given us like costly mistakes this year. And nobody bitched him out. Like you gotta take it back a notch with that shit, because that's I need him to be a good teammate also.
Well, and I think his criticism of other players, considering that he's given up some pretty big passes and openings, I think that it's not fair for him to be judging other players, unless it's Mura. You know, just shout out to Soccer Daddy.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to end this because it's obvious that for the people that like polls, they're the only ones voting. So polls, yes, 80% said yes, polls.
Yeah, that's good. We're staying with them, guys.
Yeah.
I love me polls.
All right, Chris. Anything else that stands out to you at the game? I'm trying to think of anything that I might have seen that stood out to me. The Berterame miss was rough. Messi had just that one chance. I thought the saves that St. Clair had were quick reflex saves because those balls were coming at him fast, and he saved us a couple times.
Yeah.
Nashville had how many shots on target? Nashville had 7 shots on target. No, I'm sorry, 3 shots on target. Oh, that's in the first half. 4 shots.
It's got to be more. Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like it was more.
Only 4.
I feel like it was more because I feel like, okay, on target. So yeah, the ones that they blew, how many shots in total?
Surridge went wide on them. Yeah.
Like I think one of the things, there's 2 headers that for sure were on point, like on goal.
Yep.
Now, I mean, should we just get to awards?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's just do it. So who gets your? I guess who'd you think do well? I mean, let me start. As far as standouts are concerned, you know who stood out to me, Danny? Mikhail stood out to me. He did well. I felt like he did well defensively. He deflected a couple of dangerous opportunities, even though he gave up a couple dangerous opportunities. But defensively, he's pretty sound so far. So I'm liking Mikhail. I think I'm pretty comfortable with him back there, and I think that he stood out big time to me.
Okay. Stand up for me. I'll tell Yannick Bright, like, you had a decent game. Those the moments that I watched.
That's a good standout. That's a good standout. Good choice.
Well,
That's always a solid one. Yannick Bright.
Yannick Bright. Who else stood out? No, I mean, from the little bit that I watched, I can't choose the other person because it's gonna be my man of the match other than Messi. So, yeah, Yannick Bright. All right, Qué Pena Award.
So I think I'm gonna have to give my Qué Pena Award, and I'm just kind of delaying here because I want sort of the chat to call it out before I call it out. But I think I'm gonna give my Qué Pena Award to Facundo Mura. Facundo Mura was a disaster, in my opinion. And I know ball.
I am deliberating between two people. I'm not sure if I want to say Allende or if I want to say Messi. Because I felt Messi was a ghost today. And again, I didn't focus in on the game. But the moments that I watched, I thought he was a ghost.
Are you sure? I mean, you're done already. Like, you're so done.
Okay.
Like, just mentioning his name around that category, you're so cooked.
All right. It's okay. You think that he's never had stinkers in his career?
I mean, you're done.
Yeah, and you know what? And I saw him walking more than usual because he usually walks, and I understand that.
He did walk.
I understand Messi walking around. That's not a problem with me. And there was one. You know why I've had a hard time, because there was one play at the very end of the game where I guess he's like, "F it," like the game's about to end. Like, I'm gonna make sure I save it. And then he went and he did like a sliding tackle, which was a greatly timed tackle.
Yes, it was beautiful.
But outside of that, I felt like he was walking more than usual. I don't know if it's because he was frustrated because Nashville just wouldn't get off his jock. So I was disappointed in Messi's performance. So, and
Messi did barely run, but Soraki saying
he doesn't run often.
He had the only shot on target.
He did have the only shot on target.
But like, we're talking about Messi here, guys.
Yeah, Messi did defend better than Noah Allen, because Noah Allen didn't defend today. I felt like he was, from what I saw, I felt like he was up top more than anything.
And Soraki saying Segovia Qué Pena. I don't know about that. I think, first of all, I'm surprised that Segovia came off.
I mean, for Silvetti, no?
Yeah, but I think maybe I would have liked taking him off for Beterame and then have Messi play the false nine. And
then Messi defending, but he defended that one play. And I'll give him credit for that because I wasn't expecting that. And that was a good tackle. But Messi saving energy for the World Cup. But that's my issue. Like, I don't mind him saving energy for the World Cup, but then save it in the DC game. Don't play that game. Save it in the Charlotte game. Don't play that game. Don't save it for the Champions Cup. So, I'll stick with my Qué Pena. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of hate for it, but, I mean, I felt like I was disappointed, unfortunately.
Well, and Dennis, don't tell us who the bottom two on FOTMob was, because that's for the call out game later. But as far as man of the match, other than Messi, Danny, let's go.
Just man of the match today.
Well, yeah, man of the match. I'm gonna go with same player you're probably gonna pick is Dane St. Clair.
Yeah. If not for him, we lose today.
And that's the kind of stuff you get when you get a 0-0 draw, clean sheet. A lot of good quality shots that were taken on goal. Dane St. Clair took care of business. I wish he didn't hesitate so much, but yeah, I'll give it to Dane St. Clair.
So, Lee Scott, you've never seen Messi play a not great game?
No, it's never happened ever, Danny. Ever.
Okay.
Ever. He's always played
the only good thing is that I had a couple people agree with me, so I guess that's okay. See?
And then SPH, us Messi fans, we can agree with the Messi Qué Pena. That's good. We're getting some cosigns here, Danny. Look, Lee Scott's saying not really.
Look, and I figured that some people might think that, and that's fine. And like I said, it was between him and Allende because I kind of wanted to give it to Allende also because I felt like the game plan kind of lied on Allende's shoulders a lot today. And he just wasn't that guy, but we know he's not that guy. So it's like, I don't know, buttered
Hey,
for
Soccer Daddy, you know he didn't play. You know Messi didn't play that great. And I think, unfortunately, it's just, look, he's like a higher standard human being in this sport. So, like,
we literally call it man of the match other than Messi because he's always the man of the match. But today he wasn't.
I feel like whether he likes it or not, he's going to get graded in a different way than everybody else.
Allen, you know what? I thought Allende was worse than Allen.
I'd like to say yes, Allende was worse than that. But you know what? This is Allende's first game starting. I didn't want to give him the que pena today. I felt like he needs a break from last season. How many que penas he got?
I'm gonna go to the foot mob ratings.
Let's go. Brought to you by nothing.
Lowest rated player. No, let's go high because usually we do highest rated player that didn't score or assist, but nobody scored or assist. But I guess we'll start with that. All right, highest rated player.
Ale is saying that you're low-key Pinaldo lover. Highest rated player. I think I'm gonna go with highest rated player being Dane St. Clair.
Yes, 8.3.
Ooh, I mean that's
second highest.
You know, somebody commented that saying that when you're picking Dane St. Clair as the player of the match, like it's a bad game.
Yeah.
Second highest rated player, I think I'm gonna give it to RDP.
Close. He's third. Second is Yannick Bright. So it's St. Clair, Yannick Bright, and then Nepal. Lowest graded player.
Lowest. Wow. I mean, they're not gonna give it to Messi because, like, you know, they're not idiots.
No, it's not Messi.
It's got to be Noah Allen.
He is fourth lowest. No.
Wow. Well, then I'm gonna go with my OG pick is Facundo Mura.
Second lowest. No, third lowest. Third lowest. The lowest is Berterame. Berterame is the lowest at 6.2. Second lowest is Messi. Third lowest is Mura. Fourth lowest is Allen. And Allen's actually tied with Allende. So.
Wow. Okay. So Berterame got the worst player rating.
He blew that chance. That should have been a goal. And he didn't do much else.
One. I don't want Mura to fail, Mr. Krabs. I want the team to succeed.
You do.
Well, I mean, I kind of do because I want to shove in everybody's face that Ian Frey is better than Facundo Mura and he's stealing right back positions from Argentines.
It's Midzi. All right. I think that's it, Chris. We got anything else that you want to cover before we sign out of here? We'll be back tomorrow night to preview the Charlie game.
Well, Danny, I want to emphasize this before we finish. This is kind of scary still. Okay. The fact that we are 0-0 right now and we're going to be playing here and their goals matter more. Like, if they put things together and not go wide left or wide right, then Brian Nobe is saying we're done.
Yeah, okay, but okay, you tell me how you feel. I feel like next week, because we're at home,
Gina Rome is saying we're cooked, bounce back next season.
Messi, in my opinion, didn't have a good game. I think he's going to come out and he'll have like a fucking brace or a hat trick next week. Like, I think Messi's going to come out on a mission to just tear shit up.
I mean, but he's bound to score. He's going to score in the home game for sure.
Well, yeah, but whenever he comes off of he's frustrated with the team's performance or we're in a bad situation, 9 times out of 10, he shows up. Look at what he did. It's the end of the season last year. He goes on a crazy run, the playoffs and everything. Elimination game. We need to win. I have no doubt that he'll come out with a brace or a hat trick or something crazy, or he'll have like 4 assists. Like, I have no doubt that next week. And you know what? And shout out to Sucks 01, because you're right. What he did was that he waited because he didn't want to score school number 900 in Nashville. He wanted to score that 900 goal as a final game in Chase Stadium or Inter Miami Stadium now.
I think that you're right about that. So you think he cooked the books? That's what you're saying.
That's it.
Messi cooked the books.
He was holding off on. He wants to. That 900th goal is going to be in South Florida.
You think that You think the MLS is going to investigate him like they investigated Yaya Boa and this guy because he cooked the books? Did he cook the books, Luna? No?
Yeah, I think Messi's gonna come out with a point to prove next week, and I think that he's gonna dismantle Nashville. That's what I think.
Hold on. I had the cat, so I can't click. CJC with the $5 super slam says Messi always scores a banger on a milestone goal. Next leg will be amazing.
I agree.
This isn't a bad take, Soccer Daddy, that he's holding 900 to score at home. I think that's a fantastic. I think that's a super spicy take.
It's a conspiracy theory. Messi was not happy at the end of the last game. Oh yeah, the DC. Everybody's saying that he left upset. He definitely wasn't happy today. I don't know if he's upset with Mascherano or just the team, the way it's playing all together. But I'm telling you, I'd put money on it. What was the last time I put money on something? Because I put money on something that I said I was 100%.
Put money. I think you ended up winning.
Of course,
your last bet. I think
it was something that people thought that wouldn't happen, and I was 100% right. And I can't remember what it was now, but I'm feeling like that right now. Like, you know, when I told you there's zero chance that I said it was zero chance about something last year. I said there's zero chance that Miami loses to I don't know who or what it was, and I'm feeling like that. 0% chance. Put money on it. Next Wednesday, Miami wins. No doubt in my mind.
I don't know. I'm going to put money on it for sure. Somebody's saying to put it on Calci.
I think it might have been against LAFC. Maybe I said that they wouldn't get eliminated after going down. I don't remember what it was, but I said 100% they're going to win. They won, and I haven't felt that confidence. I haven't felt this confidence since then, and I'm telling you, they're not going to lose.
Do you think that Calci is a good application to use? Vote on like weather and stuff?
I don't even know what that is.
Calci, you don't know what Calci is? They have the worst commercials of all time.
I do not know what Calci is.
Oh my gosh. What are you living under a rock? CTC with a $5 super slam says, I just got here. Did y'all discuss the absolute lack of urgency in the second half? Do y'all think we played it safe because of the weather?
Towards the end of the game, I don't know because of the weather, but I did think we were playing it safe. At some point at the end of the game, we kind of were just absorbing the pressure and just letting Nashville hold the ball.
Yeah, it's that AI commercial company. Listen, now that you're here and you've arrived, this is what's happening. We're done. Bus season incoming. We're cooked. And bounce back next season.
Next season. You know that if we win next week, we move on, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm just, exaggerating and just being.
We were in a worse spot last year.
We were in
a worse spot. We lost 1-0. And then, I don't know if you remember, in the second game, LAFC scored first. So all of a sudden, we were down 2-0 in aggregate. And it was an away goal for them. So, it was we were, up against the wall last year. Right now, we're not in a bad spot.
But I feel like offensively, I felt like we were more comfortable last year than we were this season.
Really? Because I felt like last year we were struggling in the attack. It was 2 years ago when Luis Suarez first got here that we were fucking balling offensively. Last year, we were struggling in the attack. Once LAFC started parking the bus against us, our season was struggling. We were winning games 1-0 consistently. We were getting our ass kicked by Minnesota and a bunch of other teams. Last year wasn't good offensively. It got better at the end of the year. It got better. But for the large part of that season, outside of the Club World Cup, we were struggling to score, it felt like.
Mike V saying, also, I wasted my free trial to watch this garbage game. Wasted my time. Could have watched Melania on Amazon. And then shout out to CJC with another $5 super slam. Soccer Daddy needs a job. Don't highlight any more of his comments.
All right. Well, I think that we've basically come to the end. You know what? You know who the lowest rated player was?
I'm going to say hi. Hold on. I think somebody wants to say hi. Do you want to say hi? Come on. Come and say hi. Come and say hi. Go. Come and say hi.
Hi.
Hey, Kenzie.
It's Kenzie Wenzie. You want to talk to Danny?
Yeah, sure.
Sure? Okay. Here.
Oh, this show just went off the rails. What's going on, Kenzie?
Doing good.
Yeah. Why is your dad's favorite color purple?
I don't know. What? That's his.
That's-
I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why either.
I thought it was brown. Or,
probably
gray.
You're probably right. I thought it was purple. Okay. You're probably right.
He doesn't wear purple.
Yeah.
Sometimes he
okay.
wear brown.
Yeah.
Look, they're saying hi.
Yeah, and thank you, Rico de la Vega, for raising the comment for yeah. All right. Well, Kenzie, I appreciate you joining us for a little bit. Do you think Miami's gonna win next week?
Of course.
Oh, there we go. I like, see, you have more confidence than your father. Your father is a pain in the butt.
Why did you
Yep.
take the L on me?
Yeah, because that's it. You ain't got no confidence. I hope you could rub that off on your dad. All right. And until then, you're not to wear that hideous yellow shirt. It's a Bam Adebayo shirt, okay? It's Sasson.
Or is he still talking?
Goya. Yeah. But all right, Kenzie. Why aren't you in bed yet? It's late.
I was gonna get the controller
Oh, okay.
from my brother. He's sleeping. He's like,
Okay, Kenzie. All right, Kenzie. Good night. Say good night to everybody.
Night. "Good night, guys. Have a wonderful day."
Good night, Kenzie. I love you. That was unexpected.
Well, I mean,
Oh, they just said hit him with a 6-7.
Do you want to sit 7?
Yeah. You don't want to do 6-7?
Okay, fine.
Go.
6-7.
God, you screamed right in their ears. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry about that, guys.
your daughter's more confident than you are. I asked her if she thinks Miami's going to win. She said, of course. Where you're here saying we're cooked.
Well, I mean, she's always confident. I'm very confident too, but sorry
Not
for the
in
scream,
Miami.
guys.
All right. Chris, do you have any final words?
No, that's it. Kenzie came and made the show better than I did, than you did. And I'm ready to rock and roll. We still got a game this Saturday.
Yeah. We're going to be talking about it on tomorrow night for our preview. Charlotte, it's going to be a 10 o'clock show because Tuesday and Thursdays are awful. So we have to start at 10 o'clock. So look out for that. And I think that's it. So, and then again, for those of you talking about Bam, Battered Heat fans, we talked about it. We talked about all the haters like Chris that are talking down about it. So make sure you check that out also. If you're listening on audio, we appreciate you listening to the end. Please leave us 5 stars and a comment. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. Charlotte is not a team. Charlotte is unfortunately not as good as you
Charlotte
thought
is
they
a
would
team,
be.
Danny.
No,
Charlotte
they're
is
not
a team.
No,
Are you
They're not
kidding me?
good.
Pep Biel put up
They're not
a game. He had a game last game.
They're not good. They're not good.
You gotta be careful.
They're not good. Them lobbying sports degenerates are talking. I'm bad
about my team. Yeah, whatever. They can eat.
I don't even know who those are. All right.
Charlotte's a
So,
team.
and if you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe if you haven't already. And we will be back again tomorrow previewing Charlotte. So until the next one, have a good one.
I mean, it's true.